kitty corner from the coffee shop where I work is a Goodwill. It's really big and uh, it takes up almost an entire, building, which is almost a half of a block. And at the end of this building is where the Vigilantes have their practice space. We've only been officially in there for a month, even though we moved in over the spring. uh, so anyway, we finally had to start paying rent on it, and to do this, we have a show once a month, and we play with whatever friend's band is willing to play for free to help us keep the space. We have a lot of dreams for it eventually. We want like our own little local underground collective record label thing to be based out of there, and to have some friends of ours base their businesses out of there. Like our friend Rush has a t-shirt business called Beardcore. Um, we want it to be a place where bands can come together and meet, socialize. We have some pretty bitchin' dance parties too. Anyway, we had one of those shows on Thursday, and our friends the Skies Revolt played before us. And during the set, the bass player Jeff Meeker totally brains Nate Donahue, one of the guitar players, and just cracks him in the forehead. And he looked kind of like this. Uh, Cut his forehead open and just bled all down it. Except it was a lot uglier. It was pretty gross. Looked like a horror film. So we're wiping him down with paper towels and asking him, hey, do you feel all right? Do you feel dizzy? And he says, no, I feel fine. I feel fine. I'm not weak or whatever. I can still play. Just get it out of my eyes. So we wad up some paper towel and paste it to his head, and somebody hands me a like stretchy pink silk stocking, and I tie that around his head. It was hilarious, and he finished out the set, and man, he was a total champion. Um, but we made rent, and it was a great time, and I'm looking forward to doing more of those in the future, because the music in Grand Rapids just seems so tired lately. The connections between people have broken. Um, it's become more friendly than based on friendship, and the generation gap started to widen, between the bands that have been around for a while and the bands that are just starting. And those kids aren't getting the encouragement that we got when we were the ones just starting. So I'm hoping that this area uh, starts to grow a little bit because of what we're doing. Kind of like how Skeletones did 5 years ago. We would not have underground music happening in Grand Rapids if it wasn't for that place. If it wasn't for Murph, dealing with the, slowly encroaching debt, or, trouble with fire marshal, or all this stuff, just to keep one decent all ages venue happening. Uh, just to kind of end cap this, you hear that in the background? I don't know if it'll show up. I'll check it later on the headphones. But that's my dad practicing in the basement. Dad used to be in a rock and roll band back in the 70s called Aslan, to which I usually tell people, no, not that Aslan. um, they were one of the very first like Christian rock and roll bands, 1972, and the drummer for Aslan, his daughter's getting married soon, and she walked up to her dad and batted those, you know, big beautiful eyes and said, "Daddy, can you get the band back together to play at my wedding?" So these guys, none of them younger than I think 50 years old, are playing music together for the first time since like 1973 or 74, and Dad's trying to get his chops back, and it's really fun to listen to, because he's usually hunched over a keyboard or on the phone, and I don't know. I wonder if, when I'm 50 years old, I'll be the old guy in the basement working on my chops. Anyway, I just thought it was pretty cute. Uh, those guys can still play, too. I hope I can do that when I'm 50 as well.